Hi everyone, this is Rupali, member of Amikus Qriae. I'm here to discuss about corruption with you. I hope you all are excited. Let's begin. Corruption is a cancer that eats a citizen faith in democracy and diminishes the instinct for innovation and creativity. In this video, we discuss about what is corruption, their types, their characteristics, and so many questions related to the corruption. What is corruption? Corruption is a wrongdoing on a part of an authority or a powerful party through means that are illegitimate, immoral, or incapable with the ethical standard. Corruption often from patronage and is associated with bribery. There are two types of corruption, petty corruption and state corruption. First one is a petty corruption, refers to everyday abuse of structured power by low and mid-level public officials in their interactions with the ordinary citizens and who often are trying to access basic goods or services in places like hospitals, schools, public departments and other agencies. Next step to the state corruption. It is a political corruption which are be in two forms. The first one in which include both accumulation and extraction, and the other one where government officials use and abuse their hold on power to extract from private sector, from government revenues and from the economic at large. There are the following most common forms of corruption describes in the United Nations Anti-Corruption Toolkit are bribery, abasement, theft, fraud, extortion, abuse of discretion, favoritism, nepotism, conduct creating and exploiting conflicting interests, and improper political contributions. There are some common characteristics of corruption, like gap between group and individual interest. Two and more parties can hardly be corrupt with one's own self, and consenting adults that have a common understanding, benefit furtherance, existence of power that could be grabbed, ascribed, instructed, or otherwise available. Misuse of the power that often drives a wedge between intended and stated position or unintended benefits. There is a question related to the corruption. Has globalization increased the risk of corruption? Yes, globalization has increased the risk of corruption, but on the other hand has also increased the opportunities to curb it. What is the role media play in tackling corruption? The media can serve many important functions, like not just exposing corruption but also sustaining an open and transparent flow of information and fostering a climate of opinion that is increasingly intolerant of corruption. Why should government do to make anti-corruption agency effective? An important factor is where the anti-corruption agency ACA or KPK is located in government. If it reports to the office of a prime minister, for example, it can be used as a weapon against political opponents. Ideally, the KPK should be a completely independent body. So there are number of common options from the report serve 7-point agenda which can make anti-corruption agency more effective. There are joined with international efforts, establish benchmark of quality, strengthen the civil service, encourage of codes of conduct in the private sector. Code of conduct in a private sector, like there is a rule and regulations which must be in private sector. Establishing the right to information, exploit new technology and support citizen actions. Impact of corruption: hidden social and economic development and decrease poverty by diverting domestic and foreign investment away from where it are most needed. Weakness weakness education and health system, depriving people of the public basic building blocks of a decent life, undermines democracy by distorting electoral processes and undermining government institutions, which can lead to political instability and inequality and injustice by preventing the rule of law and punishing victims of crime through corrupt ruling. Now we discuss about how can we remove the corruption by fixing low accountability and encouraging transparency combined with efficient judiciary and free press provide ideal atmosphere to tackle the means of corruption. In this way we can reduce the corruption from our country. Now I like to conclude. Corruption, as we know, it is a criminal thing that do by a person in a certain capacity, especially with negative connotation. They do the illegal thing to make a benefit for themselves. We can difference corruption into two classes. First, in a petty corruption, it is in a kind of corruption where did by some people in a little capacity. They do a little corruption, but they do that many times. And the other case of corruption is a state capture, refers to a situation in which private interest has effectively taken over certain functions. A type of corruption generally less understood by a public or by the media. At last, corruption is an illegal thing that we couldn't do because without corruption we can be a good generation for our country, and then we can make our country clear from corruption and make our country better. uh, Thank you for listening me with enthusiasm, and I hope you stay tuned with Amikus Qriae and take the more informative content. Thank you. Have a nice day. And at last, I like to say, please like, comment, and subscribe our channel and stay tuned with us. I will not disappoint you.